Welcome to the Gavel. I'm Linda Akibi. It's less than 1 month to the general elections, and electioneering and campaigns have reached fever pitch. Not a day passes without some campaign in one state or the other, and it appears that the two major political parties are battling it out on the field. But the Senate President, David Mark, along with some other politicians, are advocating for campaigns without rancor and bitterness, as well as peaceful elections. His appeal came some days after President Goodluck Jonathan, the APC presidential candidate, retired General Muhammadu Buhari, and presidential candidates and leaders of other political parties signed a peace accord to stem intensifying tension and concerns of violence ahead of the February elections. One by one, PDP governors from the north-central states and federal lawmakers arrive at the official residence of a Senate president. They are here to strategize on how to win the elections in their states in the upcoming polls. Inside the venue, Senate President David Mark says he's optimistic that the PDP would win the governorship elections in the north-central states. He, however, issued a warning to anyone with intention to rig in the upcoming polls.
We will not rig, but we will not allow anybody to rig us out also. So if anybody is planning rigging, they should think twice. It's not what we want.
The Senate President also asked political parties to ensure that elections are conducted peacefully.
But most importantly, we don't want violence before, during, and after the election. We are all committed to this. PDP want a free, fair, transparent election. Because once the election is free, it is fair, and is transparent, it will automatically be credible. Issue of credibility is the consequence of the election itself. President Goodluck Jonathan, retired General Muhammadu Buhari, and the presidential candidates and leaders of other political parties signed a peace accord on Wednesday, 14th January, to stem intensifying tension and concerns of violence ahead of the February elections. However, it's one thing to sign a peace pact, but it's a great challenge to check various supporters to ensure that they do not breach this pact and cause violence during and after the elections. Federal lawmakers in the Senate and the House of Representatives are on a break to prepare for the upcoming elections. But before they went on break, lawmakers in both chambers considered the 2015 budget. The 2015 budget of 4.3 trillion naira passed the crucial second reading, but not without lawmakers expressing several concerns about the budget. Watch.
Before federal lawmakers went on break to prepare for the 2015 general elections, they considered the 2015 budget. The 2015 budget is put at 4.3 trillion naira with a recurrent expenditure of 2.6 trillion naira and the capital expenditure of 627 billion naira. But lawmakers in the Senate were highly critical of the budget. With the declining price of oil in the international market, which has gone lower than the revised benchmark price of crude at $65 per barrel, lawmakers are worried that the country may have a deficit budget.
I have not seen in this document whereby this country intends to diversify in the minings, diversify in agriculture. Let's look at what goes to the mine and steel development, which is supposed to be another area that the government and the nation should also try to invest. What is it getting? 250 million in a budget of over 3 trillion. This is not good enough. Look at the budget of the agriculture and rural development, which is also supposed to also be a reflection that we are taking our mind off the oil. What is it getting? 6.9 billion.
for us, I'm celebrating the fall in the price of oil because it is sending Nigerians back to the era where we will have to earn and consume what we generate. Because there is no point allowing the governor of the central bank, the National Communications Commission, the Nigerian Port Authority, the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, which is even said to be buying warship, that is rich enough to buy warship, to have and generate the money and keep without putting it into the Federation account.
Senator Olubunmi Adetumbi expressed concern that the Senate Committees on Finance and Appropriation will find it difficult to work on the 2015 budget, and he gave reasons.
We all know that the price for oil as we speak, like my colleague has mentioned, is in the order of $45, $46 per barrel. Therefore, the budget we are sending to committees is in deficit of $28 per barrel of money that will not come. And the expenditure that we are asking them to review. It's a pity that our committees may end up doing this work 2 times.
In the House of Representatives, federal lawmakers also expressed reservations about the 2015 budget and the need for diversification.
I think that we must be very cautious working with the committees on finance of the National Assembly to determine a realistic oil price benchmark and therefore determine what expenditures to do.
Successive governments have been preaching the gospel of diversifying the Nigerian economy from being a monocultured economy to an economy that has other sources of revenue. But in their actions and in the appropriation bill, that gospel has not been reflected. Successive governments have been paying lip service to the issue of diversification of the Nigerian economy.
The budget passed second reading in the Senate and the House of Representatives and was sent to the respective committees for further legislative work.